As I look around the country in the past 20 years of projects that get developed, they seem to be projects where the host government takes a large role, a very active role in the development of that resource. In other words, the most recent ones that come to mind is Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is a country that looked at a pipeline for a while, then they converted that to an LNG project. And they have partners in that. They have industry partners at 30% ownership, and the country of Papua New Guinea is at 70%. You can see that in Qatar. You can see that in other countries around the world where the host government takes an active role in the ownership. And that is exactly what I am proposing. I'm proposing the state of Alaska would become an owner of the Trans-Alaska Gas Pipeline. The main issue of that is issue of control. We want to control the timing of that. We want to get our gas moving now. We want to get it moving to Alaskans now. So if we wait until it's on a time frame for someone else, I think we're going to be waiting decades and decades and decades. So it's our job, our task, our obligation as stewards of the resource, as a fiduciary obligation to our state and the future of our state to ensure that happens. While the efforts to date have not resulted in a gas pipeline, what it has resulted in is a tremendous amount of information. The Yukon Pacific Corporation, they, in their $100 million of effort, they had a right-of-way from the North Slope to Valdez. They had environmental impact statement. They had export licenses. They had years and years of environmental data which they collected, and that is all available. Other efforts have brought forth what it would take for the producers to build a line, or at least to look towards building a line. But that has not resulted in a gas pipeline to date. Let me just say this about the producers we have in Alaska. We're fortunate to have the producers that we do have. They are very large companies, and they are companies that have done a good job of exploring the North Slope and finding the oil reserves that they have. Much of the gas has been found as part of the oil exploration. I have studied the leases on the North Slope. As part of my professional career. The leases don't require that the producers build a pipeline. The leases don't require that we provide any fiscal certainty whatsoever. What has become quite clear in our efforts to monetize this gas and get it to Alaskans and to the markets is that someone has to take the risk associated with the pipeline. The producers have been very, very clear in that if someone takes the risk, they will ship. They have put that in writing, and they've testified before the legislature numerous times to that effect. If someone is willing to assume the risk of the pipeline, they will ship. Alaska should step up and assume that role. Now, some may wonder why would the state of Alaska be in an ownership position on the pipeline. Well, it's as simple as this. It's our gas. They have the right and they have the obligation to develop and ship it. But it is Alaska's gas, and we need to get it to Alaskans, and we need to get it to markets. One thing I wanted to mention about on the issue of risk, there's been a lot of discussion about risk sharing, who should share the risk and what the risk really consists of. And I guess the risk that I'm most focused on is the risk to Alaska if this project never happens. We are taking the largest risk of anybody and not stepping in and taking control of this project. So that's the risk I'm concerned about. Other risks, construction cost risk, cost overrun, those kinds can be addressed and controlled. But what cannot be controlled is if this project doesn't happen, and that the risk to the future of the state would be unprecedented. And that's a risk that I am not willing to take. As a lifelong Alaskan, I've seen our state before statehood, before oil. We are so fortunate in the economy we have, but we need to protect that. We need to protect that by taking control of our future and not waiting for that to be a decision being made by corporate boardrooms around the world or elsewhere outside of Alaska. That's our duty. That's our obligations as stewards of our resources. So that's how I address the issue of risk. I fully anticipate criticism of my candidacy that I'm a single issue candidate. I'm not a single issue candidate. However, I'm as a father of four children, I'm aware of many issues that are important to this state. But if we have no economy, that I think creates greater issues and greater concern to the other issues that are driven by the economics of our state. So, I am absolutely most focused, laser focused on the issue of the gas pipeline. There is no question about that. I'm not bashful about that at all. I'm very concerned about that, and I will do everything I can in my power as a governor, as your governor, to ensure that a gas pipeline is built on our terms, on our schedule, and to the location we think is in the best interest of Alaska. Thank you very much for this opportunity to spend time with you. I hope you have found this information of benefit to you. I hope that you will contact me so I can answer any questions you may have regarding the state of Alaska as the owner of the infrastructure necessary to move our gas to market. It's important to me that our children, your grandchildren, have the benefits of our natural resource developed on our time frame, on our terms and our schedule as quickly as possible. Thank you very much.